Yeah, I went to Atlanta. We went to Atlanta. That's right, episode 2, Adventure to the South, and Hotlanta, some people call it. It was a great time. This is us flying in. We got there at about, there we go, 7:08 p.m., and we had to go straight to a theater. So, I went to Atlanta.
You went to Atlanta?
I did.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What was the nightlife like out there?
The nightlife? It was interesting. The Relapse Theatre in Northwestern, just right around Midtown. It looks like this because it's an old church or something, but inside is really cool. Here's them bringing me up. Now, the audio didn't come out so well, so I thought I'd just kind of take this time to tell you a little bit about the trip while you watch me just ramble on stage. First, we started at the Relapse Theatre. This is where it is here. There's actually 2 theater spaces, one upstairs, one downstairs, a couple cool bars, one upstairs, one downstairs. People come through here like Todd Barry, who else did I see on? Oh, Mike Kaplan, a guy I know, he plays there. And it's just a really cool theater, cool space. And I was lucky, a guy that I knew was in town headlining, his name was Krish Mohan. He was up at the Burn a few weeks before this. And he would let me get a spot on his show. So I went up in front of this lovely crowd, and they were excellent. But the funny thing was, so we landed on the plane, and the show was at 8 o'clock, and we had to go straight to the venue from the airport with all our luggage. And so we just jump in a cab, and the cabbie's bringing us over there, and he starts asking questions, and I realized oh, he doesn't know where he's going either. And I don't know why he's asking us the questions. We know where we go. He knows we just came in off a plane, and he's like, should I turn here? Should I turn there? So eventually I just have to pull out my Waze, and I'm just directing us to the place. And then we get outside of that little church thing I showed you in the beginning there, and the dude just pulls across 2 lanes of traffic up onto the front lawn, and it's just like, here you go, you're here. And we're like, okay, I guess this is how it works. That was first 45 minutes in Atlanta. That was our experience. But did this show, it was great. We were starving, so we decided to go get something to eat. And Anna's brother, who we stayed with for the whole trip, picked us up. And we went over. He took us to some little place. I wish, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to give you good recommendations in this show, but there's also other parts where I just don't remember the name of the place, or, maybe it can be a fun scavenger hunt. You can try and go find these weird places. But I went to a place that looked like a big open garage, and they served sandwiches and beer and stuff, and we got some sort of brisket sandwiches and some beer. And it was all delicious. And then it was off to bed. We'd had a day of travel and stuff. And the next morning we had a really fun thing coming up, because the next morning we were going to the zoo. That's right. Anna's brother and sister-in-law both work at the Atlanta Zoo. They live right near there. That's where we stayed for the whole time. I want to say it was in southeast Atlanta. They have a nice little house in a little neighborhood. That was the biggest thing I noticed about Atlanta is it's a big city, but you don't really ever feel like you're in a city because it's all these neighborhoods just kind of connected together with lots of trees and, winding roads and stuff. And it never feels like that kind of grid outlook of a city or anything. But we enjoyed it very much. So let's jump to the zoo. There it is on Google Maps. You can check it out. We go in. First thing we see, fucking America. Look at that beautiful beast. Talons, great legs, a little smile too. Probably angry that he's in a cage and can't soar, but whatever. It's America for you. All the power, and you just can't get out there and soar. You know what I mean? And then we saw this sneaky bastard over there, Russian spy. I don't know. He's looking weird. Is what he's. Oh, there's a little cameo by Anna's brother. Head of the elephants there, and they have a crazy nice elephant program. They're actually building a whole new giant area for the elephants. This, too, they were just squawking back and forth. I don't know what they were saying, but they were literally, it was like, honk, 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 honk. And it was like, hey, I think maybe that guy with the camera, he's a little dick. Yeah, I could fucking take him. They're a weird bunch. I don't know if you can see this. This is a little meerkat. Just kind of sitting there. Oh, and yeah, Super Bowl weekend. I meet Tom Brady, the GOAT. in Atlanta. Who would have thought? You know what I mean? It's crazy. But there he is.
So Jordan,
Yeah,
did you go to Atlanta?
I did. Yeah.
Was the chicken as spicy as they say?
You know, I was surprised by the lack of spice in Atlanta, but I did make a chili when I was there, a vegetarian chili. I was there for the Super Bowl, and I made a vegetarian chili, and I made it spicy. I did, so here's how I made the chili.
So, it was Super Bowl weekend, like I mentioned, and it was time to make some chili. This is a just kind of made up on the spot chili recipe. We're gonna use some garlic. What I love about this is watching stuff get chopped, and isn't it so cool? Like, but anyways, you start off with garlic. You wanna mince that up real well. It's really easy to make a chili. You just throw a bunch of stuff in a pot. You got some red pepper there, and you let it cook for a long time. And if it's all the right things, it always comes out well. So it's great about just regular, vegetable foods. You can just cook them forever, and they'll eventually taste good. What do we got next? We got some celery. Oh, watching celery be chopped in fast motion. Watch this. It's so satisfying. I don't know what it is about that, but that's so fun to watch. I don't think I did enough yet. Here's another piece. Watch it all day. We did pretty much just raided the cabinet for any beans and tomato stuff they had, and we put that all in. Throw an onion in there too. My knife skills are pretty on point. I don't want to say like I'm a master chef, but I'm probably better than you. So chop all that up, throw that in. I think we got a couple more things. Oh yeah, you need the heat. You want the heat, so throw like some jalapeno in there. Now, with the jalapeno, I took the seeds out and stuff because I don't like that much heat. I like a little heat, but if you want more heat, leave all the seeds in. Just chop those things up, put them in, the seeds in. You get a lot more heat. And cut over to, yeah, here we go. So that's your crock pot. All you gotta do, throw it in there 4 or 6 hours, just let it cook. Do it and then just set it and forget it. It's the Ron Popeil method applied to everything. We're gonna toss them all in, all the veggies, and then this is the last thing. So you wanna stir it up nice and good, get everything mixed, and then it's your spices. And especially in a chili, this is gonna add so much of the flavor. Stuff like salts, different kind of like cumins and stuff. It's gonna add flavor. Salt and stuff like that, it's really going to bring out flavor. Because what the salt does is it pulls out the juices out of the vegetables. So we're going to let that cook for a little while. And then we're going to go to tasting.
Chili is done.
There it is. So good. Start up. I love this little effect. Watch what I was able to do. I got it to fog right into the transition. Boom. Eating it. So now this is halftime of the Super Bowl. You guys know how the Super Bowl went down. We were pissed. The only thing we were happy about was the chili. But then this guy made the most crazy comeback ever of all time. And he did this. And for some reason, that made this other guy, him right there, do that a couple days later. I don't know why he did that. He wasn't even in the parade. And what's that girl looking at behind him? That's right.
That just happened. Welcome to the historic Atlanta Beltline. We're walking down to the skate park now. We're going to go check that out. We just had a drink at the market down there. Apparently there's markets, things all along, cool stuff like this.
And the next morning, on a high on our Super Bowl win, it was time for some old man skateboarding. Now these are the things I like to try and find and do when I'm on the road. Find the skate parks, find the ski hills, stuff like that. Go pass the time before your shows that night. This is a really cool skate park. I think it was called the 4th Ward, or the Old 4th Ward. It's a little part of town, but it's a pretty big park. A lot of transitions and stuff like that. Look at this old man. I don't know what my backhand is doing there. It's a little weird floppy thing. But I like to, go out and find those things. It was a little wet when we started. We went down to this market and came back, and it dried out by then. But it's a really nice skate park. Big. Nobody there when we were there. I imagine it probably gets packed, but it's got medium-sized pools like that for old guys to push around in. And then, you're a little better. They got some bigger pools here if you really want to challenge. I It's a weird thing being on the road. Like, I love going and checking out skate parks and rolling around and stuff, but I never take big risks because I'm like, I don't need to go breaking my arm here in Atlanta. However, I do crazy things like this swing set backflip. Whew. Get ready for this. Boom. Oh, a little stumble on the landing. Show to the judges, gonna have to settle for the bronze.
So far, my take on the market here is it's a pretty cool place. It's a little bit like they made a hipster mall. That's what it feels like. It's like they figured out how to make hipsters like malls, but at the same time, they also put in a lot of like smaller shops, like not corporate shops, but there's some corporate disguised here. I don't like them. Try and sniff them out. Further info coming.
So anyways, that was Monday. We went to that market, had a good time, hit up the skate park, and then it was time for the last show while I was there. It was at the Star Bar. This place was really cool. It is kind of a little grungy, maybe like a little metal-y type of a bar, but they do comedy on Monday nights there. Craziest thing is it's still a smoking bar. I didn't know those were still allowed to exist, but apparently Georgia's just anything goes. So people are just smoking cigarettes everywhere in the bar. Seems fun. Seems like a good idea. I enjoy a cigarette now and then. It was too much. After a while, you're like, I went outside as frequently to get fresh air as I would go outside to smoke a cigarette in the place. But the show was amazing. It was really cool. Here's a look at it. It's in an old bank. And the other really cool thing is this happened at the show.
In routine, we don't ever announce when motherfuckers show up. We don't ever announce this goddamn show at all. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, a little break. This motherfucker just rolled in for a night. You might know him. Put your goddamn hands together for Hannibal Buress, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks, man. Hey, how you doing? Hello.
It's pretty cool, right? Yeah, that's how you know it's a good show. If somebody well-established comedian drops in on it, it's probably the show to be at. Anyways, that was the Atlanta trip. I can't wait to get back there. There were so many other places, clubs we didn't even get to visit yet, so we're going to have to do another episode in Atlanta. But for now, the next episode coming up, New York City. I'm going there this weekend. We'll see it out next month.